Hi, I'm Shelby Magid, Deputy Director of the Atlantic Council's Eurasia Center. We're here in central Kyiv, and I'm joined by Eurasia Center non-resident fellow, Dr. Kristina Hook. We're at a very significant place at an important time. And so, Kristina, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about where we are and what's the importance of what we're seeing.
Thank you, Shelby. So this is really a sacred place. We are outside St. Michael's Church in the downtown. And this is a memorial to really a visual representation of what Russia has taken from the country of Ukraine. So these are the faces of soldiers who have been killed in action, defending themselves from Russia's invasion.
And we're looking at the dates as you go along the wall. We see right now we're in 2022. And when does this wall start, and what does that tell us about the war?
That's right. So I have actually spoken with some of the priests who created the early version of this wall. It was a place for families to come. And what breaks my heart is I have walked the entire wall, and you have to walk about 2 minutes, 2 straight minutes of all of these families represented here before we even come to 2022. And this is just a reminder of the 11 years of this war and how many years and how much bloodshed Ukraine has paid for their peace and for their freedom.
There's a long history of both Ukrainian persecution and perseverance. Can you tell us what we're seeing here?
That's right, Shelby. So the poster behind me is memorializing Ukrainians who died in 2013 and 14 for their free and European future. Now, the monument directly behind me goes even further back into the history of Moscow's oppression against Ukraine. The memorial behind me is to the 1930s Holodomor famine under Joseph Stalin, when Stalin killed about 4.5 million Ukrainians in just 18 months. He murdered these people because they were resisting Moscow's attempts to control their lives, to collectivize and to take their property and control their families. This is very similar to what we're seeing today. And so when Ukrainians are asking for safety from Moscow, when they are asserting their right to freedom, and when they are saying that we know what we're resisting and we know the cost if we're not successful in this, they have a very long history that they're drawing from.
As we think about the long history of all that Ukraine has fought for and all that they've resisted from Russian aggression, it's important to remember why they're fighting. They're fighting for freedom. You can see the message here. It's freedom for them, for their future, but also for all of us. We don't want to live in a world where Russia or any other country can just invade their neighbor and bomb their civilians at night and get away with it. So as we're talking about possibilities for peace and different agreements, it's important to remember that freedom for Ukraine must be long-lasting, can't be temporary, and any peace must be durable.